If I told you that the average touring motorcycle owner spends over $2,000 a year on maintenance and repairs, would you believe me? Well, it is completely real. And here is the part that nobody in the dealer's showroom wants you to hear. There are 3 touring motorcycles sitting on used lots right now that mechanics almost never see in their shop. Not because the owners are neglecting them, because there is almost nothing to fix. Machines that riders buy once, put serious miles on, and ride for a decade without a single call to a shop that wasn't scheduled in advance. Today on Bike Nexus, I am going to show you 3 of them. These are not the prettiest machines on the market. These are not the ones with the biggest screens or the most Instagram followers. These are the ones built with real engineering, the ones that feel solid the day you buy them and still feel solid 10 years later, and the ones that the industry quietly hopes you never compare side by side with what they are currently trying to sell you at $20,000. Share this video with your riding group because what I am about to show you is going to save someone a serious amount of money. Let us go. Number 3. We start this list with a motorcycle that has been quietly embarrassing the competition for over 2 decades without ever raising its voice about it. This is the Suzuki V-Strom 1000. The touring machine that practically nobody talks about at bike night, and that practically nobody stops riding once they actually own one. And there is a very specific reason for both of those things. In the 1990s, the sport touring world was dominated by big, complicated machines, with complicated maintenance schedules and complicated repair bills. Suzuki looked at that market and decided to do something that the marketing department probably hated. They built something simple. Brutally, deliberately, unapologetically simple. The V-Strom 1000 launched in 2002 with a 996cc V-twin engine derived directly from the TL1000S sport bike. The same fundamental engine that sport bike riders had been running hard for years was now running relaxed in a touring package. And when you take an engine designed for sport bike duty and ask it to cruise at highway speeds all day, something very specific happens. It barely tries. The engine is operating at roughly half of what it is actually capable of producing, and an engine at half effort does not accumulate wear the same way as one being pushed to its limits. That is not a theory. That is the mechanical reason V-Strom 1000 owners document their machines running past 80,000, 90,000, 100,000 miles and reporting the same thing consistently. Nothing major. Ever. A reviewer on a major motorcycle forum summarized the V-Strom ownership experience in one sentence that has been quoted across the motorcycle community for years. It is the motorcycle that fixes itself by never breaking in the first place. That is not an accident. That is Suzuki deciding that durability matters more than complexity. And the used market has been pricing this motorcycle as if that decision does not matter. Today you find clean V-Strom 1000 examples on Cycle Trader and Moto Hunt, between $3,500 and $6,000 depending on year and condition. A machine that sold for $11,999 new. Someone absorbed over $6,000 in depreciation, so you do not have to. Verify that on Cycle Trader right now. And what they left behind is a naturally aspirated V-twin that produces over 100 horsepower without a turbocharger, without direct injection complexity, without a dual-clutch transmission that requires dealer-level software to diagnose. No turbocharger cooking its seals at 80,000 miles. No forced induction accumulating failure modes with every highway mile. Just displacement, a throttle, and a V-twin that the mechanics who service them describe with a word you almost never hear applied to modern motorcycles. Honest. The reason this motorcycle costs $4,000 today is the same reason the best deals in every market exist. The V-Strom has never had a compelling visual identity. It looks purposeful rather than exciting. It photographs like a tool rather than an aspiration. And in a market where buyers make decisions based on how a machine looks on a social media post, a motorcycle that looks like a reliable tool gets priced like a reliable tool, regardless of what the engineering actually delivers. Their loss, your opportunity, before you buy. Target 2014 and later examples which received fuel injection refinements that resolved the occasional cold start stumble reported on earlier models. Check the throttle body synchronization. Any surging at steady highway speed means they need balancing. a $150 shop job, and $200 off your offer. Verify the final drive chain condition. The V-Strom uses chain drive, and a neglected chain on this platform shows up as vibration under acceleration. Replacement is $250 in parts, and $300 off your offer if needed. And confirm oil change history at the correct intervals, because this engine rewards consistency and reveals neglect at the cam chain tensioner on high-mileage examples that were not maintained properly. Find the right example, and you have a naturally aspirated V-twin derived from sport bike DNA, running at half effort during normal touring use, for $4,000. The dealer selling you a $20,000 machine with a turbocharger wants you to think complicated means better. The V-Strom has been disproving that assumption for 20 years without saying a word about it. Number 2. Now we arrive at the one that made mechanics genuinely pause when it started showing up in their shops. Not because it had problems, because it almost never did. And when a motorcycle almost never goes to the shop, the people who make their living fixing motorcycles notice. The Kawasaki Concours, 14.208 to 2022. 15 years of continuous production. And here is the detail about this motorcycle that the used market has never correctly priced. The 1352cc inline-4 engine in the Concours 14 shares its fundamental architecture with the ZX14R. At the time of its production, the ZX14R was the fastest production motorcycle on Earth. Kawasaki took that architecture and retuned it for touring output, which means the Concours 14 is carrying an engine designed to produce nearly 200 horsepower, running at approximately 155 horsepower in touring specification. That engine is operating at roughly 77% of its architectural ceiling during maximum sport touring use. At normal highway cruising speeds, it is running at considerably less than that. When you put an engine designed for nearly 200 horsepower into a machine that only asks it for 150, the internal stress levels drop dramatically. Every bearing surface, every piston ring, every valve train component operates with more margin between its operating load and its design limit. And Kawasaki added variable valve timing to the Concours 14, the first VVT system on any Kawasaki motorcycle ever produced, specifically to keep the engine in its most efficient configuration at every throttle position, reducing internal stress per mile covered. The Concours Owners Group Forum has been documenting the outcome of this engineering for over 15 years. Owners logging 80,000, 90,000, 100,000 miles. Oil changes, scheduled service. That is the complete list of what the engine has asked for. A mechanic who reviewed the Concours 14 for a major publication summarized the ownership experience with one sentence that I want you to read before you look at any other touring motorcycle listing this week. He wrote, "Like most Kawasaki's, it is very reliable. 6 words. No drama, no qualifying statements. Just the honest assessment of someone who has opened enough engines to know the difference between a machine that says it is reliable and one that actually is." Today you find clean Concours 14 examples on Cycle Trader and Moto Hunt between $4,500 and $7,999. A motorcycle that sold for $15,599 new. Someone absorbed over $8,000 in depreciation, so you do not have to. Verify that right now. Shaft drive eliminates chain maintenance entirely. Factory locking hard luggage is standard. Electronically adjustable windscreen. ABS. Everything the $20,000 crowd is paying dealer prices for is included in the $4,500 used asking price. The reason this motorcycle costs $5,000 today is not complicated. The Concours 14 never had the cultural presence of a BMW or the heritage of a Harley. It is a sport touring machine built by Kawasaki and priced accordingly in the used market by buyers who shop by badge rather than by engineering specification. That badge gap is your opportunity before you buy. The Concours 14 generates notable heat from the engine toward the rider's legs in slow traffic. This is a comfort characteristic, not a mechanical concern. The community addresses it with aftermarket heat shields available under $100. Check the radiator and cooling system condition. The high-output engine architecture runs warmer than purpose-built touring engines, and a cooling system maintained at correct intervals handles this without issue. Brown or contaminated coolant is your immediate negotiating signal. $80 for the flush and $200 off your offer. Verify shaft drive gear oil service history. And confirm the electrically adjustable windscreen cycles through its full range smoothly during your inspection. Find the right example, and you have the engine architecture of the fastest production Kawasaki ever built, running at 77% of its ceiling, eliminating chain maintenance, with factory touring specification, for $5,000. The mechanic who sees it arrive at their shop almost never has a bill waiting for the owner when they come to pick it up. That is not luck. That is engineering applied at this level. Number 1. And here we are, the one that closes this list. Not because it is the most powerful or the most loaded with features. Because of what a Honda engineer said when asked what the design target was for its engine. He said they built it to run forever. Not to last a long time, forever. And the ownership community has been verifying that claim for over 2 decades. This is the Honda VFR 800 Interceptor, 2002 to 2013. And I need you to hear something before I give you a single number. A member of the VFR discussion forum wrote, after 11 years of ownership and over 90,000 miles on the same engine, this motorcycle has never once left me stranded. Not a broken chain, not a dead battery, not a single unscheduled shop visit. 11 years, 90,000 miles, never stranded, not once. That is the ownership relationship the VFR 800 produces, and it is not one person. Search the VFR community, and you will find variation after variation of the same account. High mileage, long years, original engine internals, never stranded. Honda achieved this through a decision that most manufacturers have abandoned in the name of performance metrics. The VFR 800 uses gear-driven cams rather than a chain or belt. The gears that drive the camshafts in this engine are machined steel components, with no wear-based service interval and no catastrophic failure mode. They do not stretch like a chain. They do not crack like a belt. They mesh with each other across the life of the engine, without requiring replacement or adjustment. The gear-driven cam system is one of the most expensive engineering choices Honda could have made in this engine. It adds cost and complexity at the manufacturing level. Honda made it anyway because they were building an engine designed to run forever, and a gear-driven cam system is what forever requires. The VFR 800 also uses Honda's VTEC system, 2 valves per cylinder at low RPM, for smoothness and efficiency, 4 valves per cylinder above approximately 6,800 RPM for power. The transition between these 2 modes is smooth, progressive, and has been documented across hundreds of thousands of miles of real-world use, without the valve system requiring major intervention. The engine produces 102 horsepower from 782 cc through a configuration that Honda refined continuously from the VFR's original introduction in 1983. 40 years on the same fundamental platform. The VFR community calls it a Honda you keep for life. Not a Honda you keep for a few years, for life. Today you find clean VFR 800 examples on Cycle Trader and Smart Cycle Guide, between $4,500 and $8,000 depending on year and specification. A motorcycle that sold for $13,999, new in deluxe specification. Someone absorbed over $8,000 in depreciation, so you do not have to. Verify that on Cycle Trader right now. On deluxe specification examples, the combined braking system with ABS, heated grips, center stand for easy maintenance, and self-canceling turn signals are all factory standard. Everything the premium touring market charges extra for is included at the $4,500 asking price. The reason this motorcycle costs $5,000 today is one of the most specific and preventable pricing failures in the used sport touring market. Honda discontinued the VFR 800 in the United States after 2013. The nameplate disappeared. Buyers searching for sport tours search for current models. A discontinued Honda that an 11-year owner called "Never Once Stranded Me" does not appear in those searches. The gear-driven cam engine that Honda built to run forever is sitting on a lot for $5,000 because the market stopped searching for it before asking how long it actually lasts. Before you buy, verify VTEC engagement on a warm engine by accelerating smoothly through the 6,800 RPM threshold. The transition should feel progressive rather than abrupt. Any roughness or hesitation at that RPM means the system needs attention. A diagnostic job at any Honda familiar shop, and worth $300 off your offer. Check the single-sided swing arm pivot bearing condition on higher mileage examples. This design element requires periodic attention, and its condition tells you something about the overall maintenance culture on that machine. Confirm the gear-driven cam note at idle. A healthy VFR produces a characteristic mechanical whir at idle from the cam gears that the community calls the VFR gear whine. It is not a fault. It is the sound of machined steel cam gears doing exactly what Honda designed them to do forever. Find the right example, documented, VTEC verified, gear whine confirmed, and you have an engine that Honda built to run forever, that an 11-year owner confirmed never once stranded them, and that the market is pricing at $5,000 because the nameplate disappeared before the engineering did. 3 motorcycles. 3 engineering decisions that the used market has systematically underpriced for years. The Suzuki V-Strom 1000. For the rider who wants sport bike-derived V-twin DNA running at half effort in a touring package, with a mechanical reputation described as fixing itself by never breaking in the first place, for $4,000. The Kawasaki Concours 14. For the rider who wants ZX14R engine architecture operating at 77% of its ceiling, with 15 years of owner documentation that consistently says oil changes and scheduled service, and nothing else, for $5,000. And the Honda VFR 800 Interceptor. For the rider who wants gear-driven cams built to run forever, VTEC engineering refined across 40 years on the same fundamental platform, and an 11-year owner account of never once being stranded across 90,000 miles for $5,000. None of these 3 motorcycles are cheap because the engineering let someone down. All 3 are priced the way they are because the market shops by badge, by current model year, and by what looks good in a parking lot conversation, without ever asking what the mechanic sees when it comes in for service. These mechanics see almost nothing because there is almost nothing to fix. If this video changed how you think about what your maintenance budget is actually going to look like over the next 10 years, hit that like button. It costs you nothing, and it tells YouTube to show this to every rider who is about to spend $20,000 on a machine that will need 3 service visits before it hits 15,000 miles. Subscribe to Bike Nexus. Every week we find the machines the market forgot and the prices that make them impossible to ignore. The best touring motorcycle you will ever own might already be sitting on a lot near you. Reliable, underpriced, built to last forever, waiting for someone smart enough to ask the mechanic what they never see in the shop. Buy smart, not by trend. See you next time.